Hello, my name is Sophie McNamara, and today I'm going to be showing you how to create graphics in Adobe Illustrator and animate them in Adobe After Effects. I'll show you how to create your own looping animated GIF to post on Instagram. This video will emphasize the importance of organizational practices in your animation workflow. Here's what we'll go over. First, we'll use Illustrator to create our graphic. Keeping your layers separate and clearly named is essential in this step. Second, we'll open our Illustrator file in After Effects. Third, we'll animate the graphic. I'll go over best practices for keeping your file organized as you work, like deleting unnecessary keyframes and naming new layers as soon as you create them. Fourth, we'll export the now animated graphic as a short MP4 video. Then we'll use Photoshop to turn the MP4 video into a looping animated GIF. Step 1. Open Adobe Illustrator. Click New File. Give your piece a clear title. The standard screen size is 1920 by 1080 pixels. You'll only need one artboard. Click Create. Now it's time to get creative. The drawing I made for this project consisted of a tree, cloud, and sun. The cloud comes on screen, raindrops fall, and the cloud goes off screen. You can recreate a version of my illustration, or you can create a completely new version that's completely your own. I encourage you to create one that's completely your own. You'll have more fun. The more you can see your own drawings come to life, the more you'll want to keep coming back to animation and honing your craft. As you're creating your illustration, think about the different elements of your drawing as separate assets. For example, my sun would be one asset and my cloud would be a separate asset. Each asset should be a completed shape that can be filled in. Make a new layer for each asset. When you're done drawing, hit Ctrl+A. Save the file to your computer in a destination you'll be able to find again. Step 2. Open After Effects. Click New Project. Hit Ctrl+I to import. Locate the Illustrator file you just saved. Import as a composition. This will allow you to import each of your Illustrator layers as separate layers in After Effects. Double-click your composition in the footage bin to open it. Next, we're going to be creating shape layers in After Effects out of each of your Illustrator layers. This is like copying text from an iMessage and putting it in a Google Doc. It gives you more options. In a Google Doc, you can change the font and add highlights. You're going to select all of your layers, and then you're going to right-click, and you're going to click Create Shape Layer. Your Illustrator layers are still there, but they've been automatically hidden. Move all of your Illustrator layers to the bottom so they won't be in your way. Step 3. Animate. Now it's time to add animation. Animating in After Effects is an in-depth subject. So, for this video, I'm just going to focus on giving a brief overview of what I did to add simple animations to my graphic. I made the cloud move on screen, I made the raindrops fall, and I added a gray film to the picture when the cloud was overhead. To animate the cloud, I created 4 keyframes with the cloud in its starting position. Keyframes tell After Effects when and where to move an object. You can kind of think of them like stop signs. They indicate where an object will stop as it moves from one place to another. So, if I change the first keyframe that I made so that the cloud starts off screen, After Effects will animate the cloud so that it moves on screen. I also eased in and eased out the keyframes by hitting F9. Rather than the cloud moving on screen at a constant rate and then coming to an abrupt stop, adding ease to the keyframes makes the cloud's speed get slower as it approaches and pulls away from each keyframe. As you try different stuff out, you may create extra keyframes. Be diligent about deleting these. I made the gray box as a new layer in After Effects because I didn't realize I wanted it until I got to After Effects. When I did this, I immediately named the new layer. Remember, keep each asset in its own layer and name new layers as soon as you create them. Once you're done animating, go to File, Export, Add to Render Queue. Next to Output module, there will be some blue linked text. Click on that text. Select QuickTime as your output format. Then, pick a name and destination for your video. Click Render. Step 4. Open Photoshop. Click New File. Hit Create. Go to File, Open. Open your QuickTime video. Go to File again, only this time go to Export, Save for Web, Legacy. Hit Save. And we're done. We now have a custom animated GIF. Woohoo! Thanks for watching. What kind of 1920 by 1080 magic will you create next?